Most niggas from the house and then they call the police. Come take a trip to the floor seat.
Stand clear of the closing door.
The New York subway has become in recent years the subject of laughter and jokes due to the large number of moments captured of people behaving strangely.
And you know I fuck with Janisha, smoking trees.
In this video recorded inside a subway car, we can see a person speaking carelessly in a rather curious position, making strange noises. It catches the attention of the other passengers.
Most niggas from the house and then they call the police. Come take a trip to the floor seat.
Stand clear of the closing door.
Most niggas from the house and then they call the police. And you know I fuck with Janisha, smoking trees, with a bitch named Katrina, ass fat, and you know I wanna beat her. Let's beat up.
In 2024, a man was accused of threatening a bus driver at the UCF main campus.
I got someone matching the description, stopping them now on Andromeda and Gemini.
What's your point?
Black bag, black male, all black. Looks like you got 2 bags.
In the body cam footage, we can see how the accused is extremely cooperative, saying that he's the one that they're looking for and he doesn't want anyone to be affected because of him.
Get down on the ground!
What do I do? What do I do?
Get down on the ground!
Should I drop on the floor? Get down on the ground!
Get down on the ground!
Okay. What do I do? I don't
Get
know
on your stomach! On your stomach!
Okay. Okay. We're good. We're good. I don't want to get shot. We're good.
Raise your arms out! Arms to your side!
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Please don't shoot.
Stage! Do not
You got
move.
him.
Yes, sir. We're good. When you move me, I have to move.
He's got 2 bags on. I'm moving this.
You're good, sir.
Can you move this elbow so we can get these bags off?
Hey, sir, I have a fanny pack on me too, brother.
Okay, I gotta get these bags off.
You're good, brother.
All right, move your left elbow.
My left elbow?
Yes, sir.
Can I do this?
Yes, let's get it off.
You're good, you're good, you're good.
All right.
You're good, you're good, you're good. I'm good, you're good. I don't want to get shot. You're pushing my head down. I just want to communicate with you.
I know, I'm just trying to get these bags off. So
I just want to communicate with you. So
I
we're
want
on the
that
same
too.
page.
I want that too, all right?
All right, brother, we're good, we're good.
All right, putting your hands behind your
Yes,
back.
sir, you're welcome to.
All right, we're just trying to figure out.
He also informs the police that the bus driver was trying to run him over while he was riding his bike, which is why he threatened him.
Yeah.
Hey, brother. No AR-15s pointed at me.
Hey, we're over here!
All right, I'm patting you down.
I'm a competition shooter. I got a pistol in my fanny pack.
Okay.
You're good. That's
You
the
got
one.
a pistol in your fanny pack?
Absolutely, sir. It's a 6-hour.
A 6-hour?
It's okay. It's okay. I'm one to comply. I don't want to give you no trouble, baby.
Right.
You guys are. It's scary. It's a campus. It's no joke.
He came from right over here.
Hi, on Gemini, just east
No, you're okay. You're
of
okay.
University, I believe. They're challenging a black male. With
No
2 bags.
innocent people. No
And he
innocent
has
people
said
need to be
that
hurted
he's
because
the
of
one
me.
that we're looking for.
And I'm not that kind of guy that hurts innocent
We
people.
got it. We can get clarification.
The bus rider tried to run me over with my bike.
So you are the guy we're looking for?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I promise you I am.
21
I don't want to
University,
give you no
on
trouble.
1012 the subject.
I'm the one you're looking for.
He's claiming we're the guy he's looking for.
I ain't trying to give you no trouble, baby. If I gotta go to jail or prison or
Right, I'm
whatever.
going to take this bag off. The pistol's in the back.
Yes, sir. Hey, but I would recommend you unstrap it from here. Unstrap it from here.
All right. All right, I'm unstrapping it, okay?
Yeah, you're good. You got my permission.
I got it.
You okay? You okay?
Here, I'll let you hand that bag.
Yeah, go ahead. Take it.
All right. I'm going to pat you down. If there's anything that's going to poke me, prick me,
I
or
have a
stick me.
box cutter on my right side.
Do you have a what?
Box cutter from work.
Okay. Is the blade open?
No,
What do you think about this?
it's affordable.
More trying to get up towards the
Yeah. Hey, before you put me in there, did you get my ID?
Where's it at?
It's on my right side of my hip.
That's why banana flavored Laffy Taffy is my favorite flavor of Laffy Taffy. Anyways, people were asking me what it's like.
In the following video, also recorded by subway passengers in New York, we see another person having a conversation with themselves in a somewhat weird way.
And that's why banana flavored Laffy Taffy is my favorite flavor of Laffy Taffy. Anyways, people were asking me what it's like to drop out of hair school. And I was telling them it's not that big of a deal. I think I still have career prospects. But honestly, if you ask me, personally, honestly, personally...
How would you react if the person in front of you was acting like this?
Anyways, people were asking me what it's like to drop out of hair school, and I was telling them it's not that big of a deal. I think I still have career prospects. But honestly, if you ask me, personally, honestly...
You guys messed up my flight ticket.
What's going on?
They messed up my flight ticket. I asked for an aisle. They gave me a middle seat. How is that my problem?
Have you ever missed a flight? Well, it seems that this woman missed her flight and got nervous due to her anger when her seat on the flight was changed. This police cam footage was recorded at Salt Lake City International Airport in 2021. The woman became very nervous and agitated when she was given a middle seat instead of an aisle seat.
What have I done on the plane? I would like to ask you what I have done on the plane.
I listened to your side, and I listened to their
I'm not asking you about my side. I'm asking you what I have done on the plane. Did I touch someone? Did I touch someone?
So what was your name,
Please
Jacqueline?
explain it. Have I spoken to someone? Did I touch someone? Please tell me if I've spoken to someone and I've touched someone.
Okay, so...
Listen to him. Ask him that question.
All right, Jacqueline, we're going to leave.
Ask him.
Jacqueline, you need to leave now because
No,
you've been denied.
ask him.
The recording shows how the woman is quite upset and disdainfully tells the police officers that it's their fault and that she hasn't done anything wrong.
I don't live
Delta's
here.
not flying.
I live in New York.
Good. Okay. Delta
Dude, who's paying for my ticket?
You're gonna have to. You got refunded.
I got refunded to live in Utah?
Yeah. Jacqueline, okay? We're gonna walk out because you
I
are
don't
not a
live
Delta
here.
passenger.
I don't know anyone here.
You're
If
not a
anything,
Delta
I need to get a
passenger now.
ride back to New York.
Okay, we'll walk you out to where the other airlines are. Okay?
Dude, I don't live here.
Delta is denying you service. Okay? Delta Airlines, a private company, is denying you service.
Why
We're gonna go to the other
though?
airlines.
Because you guys denied me service. Why? You don't even know why.
Okay,
So
let's
you
walk
better
out.
get me a flight back
Grab
to
your
New
bag.
York.
Okay.
I don't live in Utah.
Jacqueline,
I've never
Jacqueline,
been here.
As seconds pass, the woman becomes increasingly nervous, demanding to be told what she's done wrong. When she realizes she won't be allowed to board the flight, she starts screaming and demanding a refund or a flight back to her home in New York.
Dude, this is on you though.
This is not on me. Okay.
Yeah, this is on you.
You caused a disturbance. They have deplaned
No,
a plane.
I did not cause a disturbance.
The woman becomes increasingly nervous, screaming nonstop that she doesn't live in Utah, and the moment she tries to hit the police officer, they restrain her and arrest her.
Let's go train.
Stop!
Here, hands behind your back.
Stop!
Hands behind your back. Now.
Stop!
Hands behind your back.
Stop!
Hands behind your back.
Stop! I don't live in Utah.
Stop resisting. Hands behind your
I
back.
don't
Hands
live
behind
in
your back.
Utah.
Hands behind your back. Stop resisting. Hands behind your back.
Ow, I don't live in
Stop
Utah.
resisting. Stop resisting.
Stop
Hands behind
resisting.
your back.
I don't live
Gotcha.
in
Stop
Utah.
resisting.
Get up.
Do you want to be rebooked? Yes or no? Look at me. Yes or no? Do you want to be rebooked? You can't be on this plane. I'm going to ask you one more time. Do you want to be rebooked or no? Okay, let's go. So you want a refund?
We'll refund it.
Sir, you're no longer a ticketed passenger. You have to be off this airside. Why are we doing this? We're going to refund them. No, why are we doing this, guys?
Probably people won't recommend to sit next to a drunk passenger in a plane. This body cam footage was recorded at Tampa International Airport in November of 22. A man was kicked off the plane by the airline for misbehavior while intoxicated. The police had to come because the man didn't want to leave the airport.
No, my dad has bladder cancer. He's at Mayo, and you are not letting me on this plane. This is kind of fucked up, man. I gotta say.
They asked you if you wanted to be rebooked. You said no. Why don't you keep moving, keep walking?
No, you gotta keep going. You gotta leave.
Why are we doing this,
Because that company's not letting you fly.
No, guys.
And when they tell you to leave,
guys.
you gotta go. We'll talk. You can talk and walk.
You're not being reasonable right now.
The police try to explain to the man that they don't want to take him to jail and that he needs to cooperate, and that the airline has banned him from flight for inappropriate behavior.
My dad has bladder.
No, we understand that, but you can't fly today.
Just clear it up. Why can't I not fly?
They're not, because that airline said you couldn't.
Pay attention.
Oh, what am I doing? I can toss you. Like
We don't want you to fall.
However you want.
No, get off me, man.
No,
Get
All
off.
right, listen.
In a second, you're gonna go to the jail.
Yeah.
So just calm down.
Just relax.
Leave the air side and go out with your legs. Sure, but we're gonna walk. No. Yes. What have I done?
You're intoxicated.
He's not
You've been drinking.
What do you mean? I could.
It doesn't matter.
You work that way.
Your money's been refunded to your credit card that you used to purchase the ticket. You're not flying tomorrow.
You can't fly. You can fly tomorrow.
Come on.
Saying, buddy, come on.
Nope.
Don't start doing that kind of stuff, because you'll just end up going to jail.
Why are you guys so mad at me?
We're not mad at you.
No, this is
Mad at you. I'm drinking my coffee here. I'm not mad at you.
Sit down. Why? Sit down.
What do I do?
Have a seat.
What am I doing?
Have a seat, because the train's going to move. Sit down.
What am I doing? Hold on.
First of all, you're not even listening to me. I'm asking you to sit down. That's what I'm asking you to do, and you're not even listening to that.
Well, what am I doing wrong?
You've been drinking.
You're trespassing.
You're intoxicated.
You're intoxicated.
I want you to fly.
You're trespassing.
I get next to your head. I can smell the alcohol in your breath.
Oh, I did.
Just back up.
United will not let you fly.
They're not going to let you fly.
We have two options here. We either escort you off or we take you to jail. We don't want to do the other option, but you're not helping us. Listen, you're not.
The man was eventually arrested for misconduct.
So stop being. You're intoxicated.
Tell me.
No, we're going that way. Go that way.
No, I'm good here.
No, you're not. You're going.
No, I'm good here.
10-15. Put your hand behind your back.
Wait, let's take this off.
Are you kidding me?
No. We've given you times. We've given you.
This is really happening?
Yep.
Holy shit.
Yep, you're going to jail.
This is really happening. Holy.
Do you have, where's your ID at?
It's probably in here.
Yeah, it's somewhere in there.
You want to go?
No, we're not kidding you at all. We're not kidding you at all.
Here we go.
Come over.
Here we go.
As many of you may know, the New York subway is also known for the pets that inhabit it, the rats. Who hasn't fallen asleep on the subway at some point? Imagine you decide to take a nap and suddenly feel something crawling on your body. In this video, we see a rat climbing on a man's body while he sleeps on the subway. After watching this video, I'm sure that if you feel sleepy on the subway, most of you will think twice about it. Have you ever heard about a party bus? In this terrible accident that occurred in 2022, 18 vehicles were affected by the driver of this party bus. The accused, 45-year-old Gregory Baldwin, continued driving despite crashing the bus several times. The body cam footage shows how the man tries to justify himself, saying he was just looking for a good place to park and that another man started yelling at him, causing him to flee out of fear.
So I drop my people off at Wrigley Field.
Okay.
And
is that what they're at right now?
Yes.
I see there's a parking spot.
Yes. And I was just like cruising around looking for somewhere to park and just sit there until the game was over. And then I saw this guy cut me off. And he was like screaming and yelling at me, so I freaked out, man. Freaked out for what? I took off because I was scared.
Unfortunately for him, the other drivers, including an ambulance, decided to record the accident and this man's irresponsibility. The man was arrested and will face multiple charges.
Oh my God, I'm so cold.
Once again, the New York subway is the setting for strange encounters among passengers. In this video, we see a person screaming in a creepy and almost demonic way, attracting the attention of the other goers. They don't seem to be having a good day. I definitely would get off the train if I was there. Imagine you're on your way to work and suddenly a broken window smashes into you out of nowhere. This happened to this man who was sitting in the subway car peacefully when suddenly the maintenance window hit him. You never know what can happen on the subway. Imagine having a medical issue right next to the subway tracks. This is what happened to this man, and what could have been a tragedy turned into a heroic act by the New York Police Department. In the body cam footage captured in July of 23, we can see them quickly responding to the tracks where a man is lying on the ground. They managed to grab him firmly and pull him out of the tracks to prevent a horrific accident. What's alarming is that nearly 1,400 accidents were recorded on the subway tracks.
Alright, so he's teaching his dog how to open the door for him. This is dope.
People do what they can to avoid paying a subway ticket. For sure, this is the most original method I've ever seen. A passenger decides to record as soon as he realizes that another passenger has taught his dog to open the emergency door so he doesn't pay.
Wow, that's a story.
Smart, isn't it?
Wow, that's a story.
As we've said before, if you live in a city, you see really weird things on the public transport, and you're probably fed up with witnessing subway robberies, which have become all too common in public transportation in recent years. This body cam footage, captured in 2021, shows a chase between a pickpocketer and police officers. The suspect flees on foot and suddenly the police chase after him when we see the suspect striking the officer to avoid being apprehended. What are your thoughts on phone thefts?
Right, turn around.
Pets are allowed on board the train, but are snakes considered as pets? This video captures the strange moment when other passengers realize that a man is carrying a huge snake inside what appears to be a baby stroller, another representation of the New York subway.
Someone told me to take the train today too and be humble. I should stand right there, right?
This disturbing video will show you how all of a sudden things can become extremely wrong. In the recording, we see how out of nowhere a door of the subway car breaks, remaining open as the car moves at high speed. Luckily, no one was leaning on the door, but if someone had been there, this car breakage could have caused an awful tragedy.
Someone told me to take the train today too and be humble. I should stay right.
Sandra Laurel is irreverent, cussing and showing anyone who dares look at her the middle finger. Airport staff report that she's been loitering and hanging around the Cleveland Hopkins International Airport over the past few weeks. What's her business here? Apparently, cussing out anyone that catches her fancy and making a nuisance of herself, because all through the day she's been seen around the airport, she's neither purchased a ticket nor gone anywhere.
Let's go. We're on our way to the train, hopefully. Come on, let's go, Susan. Susan, let's go. Let's go. Susan, this way.
They've thrown her out a few times, but she always returns doing the same thing she's always done.
Come. Let's go. Let's go. She's like very uncooperative, trying to get her downstairs. Let's go, Susan. Let's go. Hey, hey. No. Let's go. You don't. You cannot be back here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I need help, please, right now. Let's go. Let's go. Get off. Let go of me.
Today, the officer attempts to send her out of the airport as usual, but Susan won't budge. Instead, she gets really violent with the cop and sinks her teeth into her hand.
She's fighting me now. Let's go. Let's go. You know what? What is your problem? Let's go. Let's go. Susan, let's go. Sandra? Let's go. Don't you bite me.
The officer can be heard calling for backup as she has Susan pinned to the floor.
Hey, can we get backup? Wait, can we get backup, guys?
One can't really tell who has the other pinned when it appears Susan also has the officer pinned as well. Susan yells for the guards, calling for help in a hoarse voice. Soon more officers arrive at the scene to help restrain her.
Okay. Yeah. Hello. Virginia's bringing the car over. Over there. I'm gonna take the upper level.
She's good. She's good right there.
You gotta watch out.
Susan's obviously got something up, both in her actions and in her overly dramatic tears. Hopefully she'll get the help she needs. The officer she'd bitten can be heard as she examines the bite site.
She's fucking scratching me. Oh, she did break skin.
This is another clear example of the creatures one can encounter on the subway of a big city. It seems that this man thought it was a good idea to dress up as what appears to be a disturbing Pikachu while playing the violin, making the image even more unsettling to see.
Standing room only. No, there's not.
Ma'am, put it up there or I'm going to get you off the train right now.
I'm sure we've all encountered the typical rude passenger on a subway train. This video was recorded by another passenger who'd had enough of this passenger's behavior. In the video, we can see the woman occupying additional seats to place her bag and refusing to move it so others can sit.
First car, unruly passenger.
The passengers eventually become fed up and confront her, trying to explain that there's other people who want to sit and camp because of her.
No, there's not, you dumb. There's no seats. Yeah, there's not a lot of seats. People are standing. People are standing.
What you say? You're not disabled. You're not pregnant. I don't give I don't want your bed bugs. I don't want your smell. You're disgusting. I don't want you sitting next to me. So off. Shut the
The rude woman responds by saying she doesn't want anyone on her side or smelling anyone. Well, in this case, we would recommend that she doesn't take public transportation if she doesn't want people near her. Finally, the train security personnel arrive and escort the rude passenger away.
She wouldn't do it, and I asked for 29, because I don't like it. We're not being very nice to everybody. We don't have anybody, you know, we want to sit down.
In the bustling heart of Los Angeles, the city's metro stations are often bustling with commuters, tourists, and locals. But on May 2nd of 23, the Vermont Beverly Red Line metro station became the backdrop for a harrowing incident that would be captured on police body cams and make headlines across the nation. The morning sun had barely risen when at around 9:40 a.m., LAPD officers working at the metro station were approached by an 18-year-old young man. He was visibly distressed and he had a story to tell. The man informed the officers that he'd been threatened by another individual who had brandished a knife at him. To identify the assailant, he showed the officers a photograph of the man on his cell phone. The suspect was none other than 23-year-old Mason Todd Sweener. With the photograph as their guide, the officers proceeded to the lower-level mezzanine of the station. It didn't take long for them to spot Sweener. One officer can be heard saying, that's him," as they identify Sweener, who was still in possession of the knife. But the officers immediately engaged, ordering Sweener to drop his weapon.
Hey, put the knife away. Put it in your backpack.
8131 FB81, you dead?
Put it in your backpack. Put it in your pocket. Hey man, you gotta go. You gotta leave.
But Sweener had other plans. Ignoring the officer's commands, he fled to the upper-level mezzanine. As he ran, he encountered a 74-year-old woman. Without hesitation, he struck her in the head with an unknown object.
Hey! Step back. FP 425, let me get back. That 415 man with a gun. Correction, 415 man with a knife.
Vicinity 31 FB 421, requesting a backup video supervisor. So 6 and a 4 female with a knife from Beverly.
Stay back, partners. FP 425. FP 425 is me, a male white, approximately 30 years of age, with black shirt, gray sweatpants.
The chase didn't end there. Sweener made his way to the street level, and as he sprinted north on Vermont Avenue from Beverly Boulevard, he committed another violent act. This time he stabbed a 61-year-old man in the left shoulder. The man's injuries were severe, but Sweener's rampage was far from over.
FB 425 is the suspect's a male, white, 30 years, black shirt, gray sweat, Vermont Beverly, 1707.
He darted across the street, making his way to the rear parking lot of a building on the 300 block of North Vermont Avenue. Here he positioned himself defiantly in front of a parked vehicle, still clutching the knife that had already caused so much harm. The officers, determined to end the threat, positioned themselves strategically and continued to shout commands at Sweener, urging him to drop the knife. "Drop the knife. Do it now," one officer can be heard shouting repeatedly.
425, gonna be purposed. 425 on a knife. Northbound, Vermont, towards Oakwood. Or 25 be advised that the suspect is to stab a citizen.
All units 31 FB 425 is in foot pursuit of a 415 man with a knife. Northbound Vermont towards Oakwood, requesting backup area and supervisor.
475.
Move backwards.
Put your hands up, man.
Move backwards. I'm not playing with you. Grab my neck. I want you.
Hey, Airship, can you direct me in this in, please?
Hey!
I repeat your location. Let me have the frequency, guys. I got them. They're going to be just south of Oakwood.
Hey, just drop the knife, bro. Relax, just drop the knife. Drop the knife, bro.
But Sweener was absolute. With the knife still in his hand, he charged at one of the police. The situation escalated rapidly, culminating in an officer-involved shooting. Sweener was struck by the officer's gunfire. He fell to the ground, finally releasing his grip on the knife. The threat was neutralized and Sweener was taken into custody without further incident.
I'm not playing with you. You grab that knife, I will shoot you. Grab it, I'll shoot. Grab that fight. Jump out.
I repeat your location. Air 3, let me have the frequency, guys. I got them. They're going to be just south of Oakwood. They're going to be in a parking lot. High building, guys. Shop 421, guys. You turn to southbound Vermont. I got them to the rear. They're going to be in a parking lot code 6 on the suspect. They have a no point.
Drop the knife! I will shoot you! Drop the knife!
Sweener, a resident of Glendale, Arizona, was rushed to a local hospital. His condition was critical but stable. As for his victims, the 18-year-old who had first alerted the officers was fortunately unharmed. The 74-year-old woman received medical treatment and was later released. The 61-year-old man who'd suffered a stab wound to his shoulder was hospitalized in stable condition. The aftermath of the incident saw Sweener booked for attempted murder, with his bail set at a staggering $2,125,000. The LAPD's Specialized Force Investigation Division took over the scene, interviewing witnesses, collecting evidence, and piecing together the events of that fateful morning. This incident, like many others, raises questions about public safety, the challenges faced by law enforcement, and the unpredictable nature of violent confrontations. As investigations continue and more details emerge, the city of Los Angeles grapples with the reality of such incidents and the impact they have on the community. You might not want to be on an airport tarmac for plenty of reasons, but have you considered a fire? These first responders were on the scene as they chased down an AA-383 engine fire at O'Hara Airport. Unfortunately for them in the airport, it was pretty far out there. The vehicles speed down the tarmac, hoping to reach their destination as soon as possible, but there's only so much they can do. Twists and turns eventually get them to where they need to go, but every second they spend driving is a second, and the engines continue to burn. There's always a risk of massive damage or explosions in these cases, given the jet fuel could ignite and cause a much bigger problem. Eventually they do make it there, and it takes several trucks pouring gallons and gallons of water on the scene to finally get the control of the blaze. To imagine something so highly engineered can go so wrong so fast? Terrifying. Airports are extra safe for a reason. This TSA checkpoint caught precisely what they were there for. His carry-on showed the absolute worst-case scenario on the monitor.
Sir, we're gonna walk out of the checkpoint and into our office right here where you may have a seat, okay?
It was a loaded handgun hidden away. The man is stopped and the TSA agents come into view as the sheriff comes in to inspect the loaded weapon. He claims to have forgotten about his gun, but the officers can't take the man's word for it when things are this dangerous.
What happened?
I grabbed the wrong bag. That's all. Totally grabbed the wrong bag. That should have stayed in my truck. My truck is still staying here until Monday. And I'm coming back. And I literally just grabbed the wrong bag. And that's all it is.
This video was recorded during a terrible accident on the Beijing subway. In the recording, we can see people feeling nervous and the electricity has gone out, leaving them in the dark and having to illuminate themselves with their mobile phone flashlights. What happened is that one train car hit another train car due to weather conditions. It's estimated that 515 people were hospitalized and another 100 suffered broken bones. A plane's just landed in Atlanta on December 29th, 2021. The moment it landed, the Atlanta police were on standby and ready with an arrest warrant for a certain Ali Carter.
No, she's right here. We're good now.
Yeah. Luckily, nobody departed the plane yet. They didn't even have a jetway operator yet. So everybody's still on the plane.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Huh? Where'd she go? She went to get the flight manifest. We gotta meet this spot.
Okay.
To confirm that he's actually on the plane, they spoke to someone who checked the flight manifest and confirmed not just that their target is on the plane, but his seat as well.
What name are y'all looking for? Ali Carter.
Ali Carter.
Hey, what y'all doing?
You got Ali Carter on there?
Yep, 11F. What's seat? 11F.
11F.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can we get them to not let anybody stand up? I mean,
they've been out here for a while.
I know, but if it was somebody, it's a guy, somebody a warrant. So,
okay.
You know.
Armed with that information, the cops make their way onto the plane, making straight for seat 11F.
Good.
I think the one standing up might be the one you're looking for.
Okay.
11F. Yeah. Hold on.
The officers position themselves perfectly to make sure their quarry doesn't disappear. You might wonder how long they've been waiting to nab this particular man.
So you trying to come out?
No, it's okay. Oh, no, it's already. Go ahead. Hi, how are you?
How you doing?
With the seat located, the officers ask for Mr. Carter, and the man identifies himself immediately.
What's your first name? Ali. Okay.
You can see the moment he made to suggest that they step out of the plane, but the officers insist that they have to cuff him first.
Yeah, can we do it on that? I got to cuff you first.
He's handcuffed and led out of the plane while other passengers watched.
Thanks. Make sure you get my good side, all right?
Carry on. Right here in the room.
The world's coming to an end. It's sad. Come on. No, just don't worry about it. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you had some. You got a warrant for your arrest for terroristic threats. Apparently, your wife or your ex or whatever recorded you saying. You have any luggage on this plane?
Mr. Carter couldn't believe his eyes. He maintains that he hasn't done anything wrong, and for a moment he tries to play the power card, asking the cops, "Do you know who I am?"
No, okay. I don't. Okay, well, American Airlines, you get in touch with them and go out getting your check luggage. All right?
Well, my girlfriend is on the plane,
all right.
So she can get my check luggage.
Okay. All right, we're good. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So what's my ex-wife?
We'll explain to you.
Do y'all know who I am?
Yeah, Ali.
No, do you know my job?
No, sir.
Okay, I'm going to show you.
Well, it doesn't matter. We got to.
It does matter. I'm chief of staff to Andre Ziegler.
Okay, well, you still have a warrant for your arrest. What are we supposed to do?
Turns out, Ali Carter was a former top aide of the mayor of Atlanta. The officers insist on making the arrest, empowered by the warrant in their hand, signed by a judge.
Hey, look at that car.
Yeah, come on. You got it. I got you.
This is my life deal, man. That's my deal.
Well, you got a warrant for terroristic threats.
That's crazy,
well,
man. I never made no terroristic threats to anybody.
Right. Okay.
Oh, this is bananas. I don't believe what is going on. Like, this woman get $2,000 a month from me. Like, I don't. What the hell, man?
Come on now, sir.
Oh man, I sat on that uncomfortable plane for like hours and now this.
Where'd you come from?
Jamaica.
Okay.
3 hours to Charlotte, and then another hour.
Allie's ex had reported a video of the former mayor's aide making domestic terrorist threats, and it was that report which had landed the man in his current predicament. You can hear him lament his 8 years of service as he realizes who or what he is wouldn't get him out of the mess as the cops move him into a waiting room.
We won't keep doing that long.
You said what?
We won't keep doing that long.
Hey, like it's really bad, man. You can't do tight places.
Gotta keep doing it, right? It's not finished.
About 8 years of service.
Have you ever heard about train car lootings? Well, apparently it's something that happens much more frequently than we think. In this footage, we see the train tracks completely obstructed by torn plastics, cardboard boxes, and paper wrappers. Thieves plunder the train cars in search of phones, designer bags, electronic equipment, and more. This recording garnered national attention as it was revealed that this wave of robberies has increased by 160% since 2020. Due to this disaster, 17 Union Pacific train cars derailed right in the same area where vandalism frequently occurs. It's estimated that the increase in vandalism has cost the company at least $5 million last year. This is likely an image we've only seen in movies or video games. Unfortunately, it's not from any film, and it did happen. In this video, we see a train completely engulfed in flames as it travels. How would you react if you saw this in your city? In this footage captured by security cameras at a train station in Surat Thani, Thailand, we see a scene that should have had a chilling ending. An elderly woman is crossing the train tracks when a young boy realizes she won't make it in time as another train is approaching. Without hesitation, the boy decides to cross and throw himself onto the woman to push her away from the train, averting a major disaster. Perhaps these images give us a little more faith in this disturbing world. How many times have we complained because the train we're on is too crowded? Definitely after seeing this footage you'll think twice. In the video recorded in Bangladesh, we can observe people traveling in questionable conditions due to lack of space in the carriage. As you can see, people are piled on top of each other on the roof of the carriage, and there's even someone sitting on the exterior close to the tracks. What do you think of the conditions these people are traveling in? Without a doubt, they can't be considered very safe. Disturbing, terrifying, and downright upsetting can happen in all shapes and forms.
The police have been notified. The entire Atlanta airport is shut down right now until they come out here and secure this guy. Wow! We'll keep you updated.
This man, stripped down to just his boxers, was the subject of this video, as he seems to have gotten past all forms of security.
What is he doing? What the?
He walks bare primarily on the tarmac, trying to break into a plane. Authorities come racing down to catch him before he can hurt himself or others, but not soon enough. Passengers began filming him as he ran around wildly, clearly having suffered some sort of mental break. A dozen or so police cars come to the scene, surging in on the man, and one officer tackles him to the ground.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck as we sort through this, apparently that individual approached the aircraft from the outside and tried to gain entrance to the aircraft. We are surrounded by law enforcement right now.
He's subdued by forces quite quickly and seemingly easily, but no matter how fast it was handled, it's certainly not something these passengers will forget anytime soon. Some people's behaviors are beyond understanding. The airport might be high stress, but this drunk Russian man should have laid off the drink just a little bit. The luggage belt was the last place he needed to be, and it was made clear he wouldn't be the one winning this fight. The belt continues to move no matter how he tries to avoid it. It sends him crashing down, holding on for dear life as he tries not to be carried off. Unfortunately, or maybe this is for the best, he does succumb to the non-stop movement. At least before he seriously hurts himself somehow. How many times do we get angry when we miss the bus? This is a clear example of what not to do if you miss it. In the following footage taken by another bus passenger, a child aggressively pounds on the door to be let in. In the recording, you can hear the bus driver saying that the child hit her in the mouth with the phone. Apparently, the child was being rude and disrespectful to the driver, so she kicked him off the bus, and another passenger captured the surprising reaction of the child. What are your thoughts on this? Have you ever heard about bus robberies? This is a clear example of an unbelievable bus robbery. In the following video, we see a group of youths robbing the side of a bus in France, stealing belongings from other passengers. What's curious is that they're robbing the bus while it's in motion, putting their lives and those of the passengers in danger. It all happened on the 4th of June, 2021, on a Delta Flight 386 bound for Nashville, a trip that was cut short when the plane made an emergency landing in Albuquerque. No, it wasn't the threat of immediate danger to the plane or its passengers, it was rather the behavior of one man, Aziel Christian Norton.
You're the one with the squirrel wife.
I got that extra zoom.
Alright, I'll talk to you later.
How long did Mr. Norton end with his hands tied behind his back on Flight 386? It all started mid-flight when Norton got off his seat and walked towards the cockpit. No one can tell what led to his actions. Mr. Norton simply walked right up to the cockpit and began to bang on the door. While he slammed his fist into the door, he yelled, "We need to land this plane." He didn't say why the plane needed to be stopped or what might be wrong. He just went wild, banging on the door over and over.
Hey man, f you for f***ing us up, homie.
Hey, let's keep it down, okay?
Well,
I know, bro. It's just,
dude,
we got other
dude, I'm pretty sure that I feel the same way all these people feel.
There's just a bunch of
get
that might not like to hear that, and some children out here, so let's just keep it down.
I'm pretty sure that I'm doing okay, but okay, I'll shut up. He's a worthless f***ing turd.
How you doing there, Mr. Norton? Everything okay?
What's that?
Are you okay? My name's Officer Garcia with the Albuquerque Police Department, okay? We're here to try to find out, are you okay?
Am I okay?
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Okay. We're gonna cut these off.
Alright.
And then we're gonna put regular handcuffs on there, okay? You understand that? The incident that happened, we got the FBI coming down to talk to you to find out what caused all this, okay?
A flight attendant attempted to help him to find out what might be wrong, but Aziel became violent instead and shoved the flight attendant, which led to some passengers to jump to the flight attendant's aid. They tackled and restrained Mr. Norton, and the plane made an emergency landing at Albuquerque shortly afterward. The police, pre-informed of the situation, were waiting to take Mr. Norton in.
Have a seat real quick.
Just slide over.
I'm gonna follow you. Go ahead and slide in and turn around. Everybody just drive right over here, okay?
What you need?
What you need?
The authorities needed a word with the passengers who helped to get Mr. Norton under control, and while we didn't get a play-by-play of the event as it went down, here are the passengers who helped.
So the flight attendant's a freaking hero.
Yeah,
so he got him on the ground, and then he jumped on him on his torso. I was right there, and I was on his shoulder. And then the smaller guy who was sitting to my right,
Adam, he's back there.
there's a guy who he helped, and then there was like 4 people plus the
I'll
flight
jump on the back of his leg here. So yeah.
Okay. FBI has to respond to this because it happened while in flight, and they're going to want to talk to you guys. So if you guys can just kind of stay kind of close together, they should be here within the next 5-10 minutes.
Mr. Norton had the Miranda rights read to him while he was in detention, and the cops planned to keep him in custody until the hearing.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to an attorney and have him present with you during while you are being questioned.
The man's apparently suffering some sort of mental health issue, and you can hear it in his voice when he tries to explain his behavior.
Well, what happened was, I got onto a plane, and on the plane, I realized that everything's a video game. And that I had been hypnotized by friends into believing the video game. And so, I thought...
Despite a lengthy session with a psychologist, Mr. Norton has been charged with interfering with a member of the flight crew.
I thought the devil was going to rape me.
Okay.
And it was either take a choice between the devil raping me or going insane.
Right.
And so, or at least pretending to go insane.
Admittedly, the airport is a high-stress environment. You need to make sure you have everything in hand and don't lose track of anything. And then that's not even considering other people. This woman, as it seems, was at her very limit. She walks confidently through the metal detector with a fire extinguisher in hand. She set it off into the air, blowing it around her and into the faces of the TSA officers and others as they tried to subdue her. She was arrested after the incident, harming and injuring people in the process. The hope here is that someone with such wild neglect for the health and safety of other people would be subsequently banned from future trips on the airline. But Karens rarely ever get properly paid back for their bad behavior, do they? The following footage was captured by a camera where a jogger pushes a woman into the path of a bus of Putney Bridge. Fortunately, the bus doesn't run over the woman, but this could have ended as a terrible tragedy. In 2023, 3 16-year-old girls were involved in a racist assault on the subway, which was recorded by other passengers. This horrific incident took place on the New York City subway, where 3 girls were caught on camera verbally abusing and physically attacking a family. As seen in the viral video, the teenagers begin to insult and mock the woman and her family with racist motives. A fellow passenger noticed the situation and tried to defend the victim, but the teenager assaulted her. The attackers pulled the victim's hair, and upon realizing they were being recorded, they fled. Additionally, this incident is being investigated as a hate crime, although the victim, Sue Young, says she doesn't believe that racial factors were the trigger for the assault. Most times you hear of disruptive passengers on a bus or a train. You hardly hear of such incidents occurring on an aircraft where passengers are often viewed as members of the upper class society where decorum is non-negotiable.
Sit! You see anyone else getting up? Sit! God! Sit! You sit down in that seat and you stay. Don't bite it! Really?
Yet on this American Airlines Flight 1802 from LA to Salt Lake City, 61-year-old Timothy Armstrong wasn't just unruly, he was downright racist and disrespectful. He spends a good deal of time yelling at the flight crew, screaming incoherently. His words are slurred and you can immediately notice that he's inebriated.
Glory went off! Wrong day. Sit. You are being power hungry bunch of f***ing son of a bitch. Right. That's all you're being.
He doesn't concentrate his tirade on the flight crew. He shares his uncensored outrage amongst the passengers and everyone else on the flight. He makes obscene gestures at the flight crew, waving his middle finger around as much as possible and refusing to sit down, ignoring the instructions of the flight crew.
What? What are you gonna kick me off this flight? I'm already here!
Even while seated, Armstrong isn't settled. He constantly mutters to himself.
Sorry, folks, but that's what they think of America.
The moment the plane lands, the cops who are already waiting swoop in, placing the disruptive man under arrest. He was tested later and found to be highly intoxicated.
I think of America as not disgrace. I think of America as a
Strong didn't make it easy. He went down screaming. He's been charged with disorderly conduct and public intoxication. In this heartbreaking video captured by police body cam, we see a man in a wheelchair getting trapped on the train tracks just as a train is about to pass.
I'll be out with the mail sack on the tracks, trying to get him out. Go on, can you get up? Get up.
This tragic incident occurred in Lodi, and fortunately it ended as a close call, though it could have ended in the worst possible way. When you're traveling, no one wants to run into a hitch. This one, however, starts us off strong. Like a scene out of a movie, an airplane comes into frame, skidding sideways into view. It's half engulfed in flames. The thing is, it's not just burning, it's burning and full of people. Slowly, the two escape slides roll out and people come streaming out of the plane. The flames show no sign of dying down, at least not on their own. The clip cuts and firefighters and other emergency services come rushing to the scene. They fight the fire valiantly, but slowly. It's amazing the plane doesn't explode on sight given the fact that it's full of jet fuel. It seems to take a while to finally get under control. The teams try to salvage what they can from the obvious wreckage. After receiving a call that a passenger was found holding a box cutter on a Frontier flight, police responded very quickly. They had all the passengers on the flight evacuate the plane. After the last passenger came off the aircraft, the only person left on the plane besides the flight attendants was the man with the box cutter. The police ran onto the plane to confront the passenger and had him get on the ground. One of the officers threatened to tase the passenger if he did not show his hands. Once they were able to confiscate the box cutter from him, they put the passenger in handcuffs. Luckily, the flight attendants had seen the box cutter before the flight had taken off. There's no telling what this dangerous passenger might have tried to do while the flight was in midair. This video is every traveler's nightmare, and it's especially haunting as it shows the last moments the people on this flight ever witnessed. In the video, the engine of the plane catches fire and starts to spiral down to the ground quickly. The passenger taking the video exclaims that it does not look good.
This is getting bad. This is getting very bad.
The wing of the plane is on fire as the ground gets closer and closer. Suddenly, everything goes black when the plane makes contact with the ground. Adelaide Gabrielle Schroang, a Sarasota woman, was booted off a plane at Southwest Florida International Airport.
Yep, you're going to have to get off the aircraft,
yeah,
okay?
And you're out there,
yep.
And I compliment you in that way.
She's a representative of the aircraft. They don't want you flying on their plane today, okay? So you're going to have to get off the aircraft.
They made us wait and wait and wait.
Yeah, that's the way it is, but right now I'm going to need you...
And that's fine, and I will respect that.
Okay. So I'm going to need you to grab your bag and just step off the aircraft.
And I did not do anything, actually. Disrespect.
We'll talk about it outside.
Disruptive, besides speak my mind.
Okay.
And you know what? I live in America, and that's what America's
right.
about.
Calm down.
No, you know
Listen
that.
to me. Grab your bag.
You know that.
She was disruptive, refused to put on her mask, and went as far as spitting on another passenger on the plane.
No one's going to put their hands on you.
All right, yeah, you
grab
won't.
Your bag and just step off
you won't.
Okay, but I need you to get up.
No.
Her behavior was so bad that the airline decided she shouldn't fly with them on this trip.
Get up, and you know what I feel my need to do as a person? Just like Jesus mother Christ.
You need to calm down.
No, I'm gonna do what I need to do. I'm gonna say what I need to do, and if you're gonna do whatever you feel you need to do to me.
She didn't take any of that lightly. She went haywire while maintaining that she's only speaking her mind. The Port Authority officer who handled her case was patient, explaining the situation to the woman who continued to yell and throw a childish tantrum.
Do you want to get arrested?
I really,
Then stand up and get off the aircraft.
She refuses to comply with the officer's orders to deplane. Instead, she continued to constitute a nuisance to everyone on it.
Hey, here's what's happening. They're going to deplane the aircraft. I'm going to take you off the plane.
That was already happening.
And you're going to jail, just so you know.
That was already happening.
It won't happen if you get up and walk out with me right now.
Yeah.
But if you're not going to...
Right now, they're going to deplane. As soon as they deplane, you're going to jail, okay? If you do not get up. That's how it's going to work.
Do you see how that's a threatening system?
That's the way it is, man.
That's not cool. I want to trust you. You want to trust me? That's not healing. We're not healing.
The officer threatens to forcefully remove her if she doesn't comply, and under the threat of possible use of force, she finally begins to comply, but demands that the officers don't place her under arrest when she leaves the aircraft.
Do a control situation. If I get off the plane, you said you wouldn't arrest me. So you as a cop should have to honor that.
We're trying
right?
to arrest
No,
her.
you should though. You should have to honor that. That's my right.
Go talk to the captain and tell him we need to remove her.
It really is though. That's my right. It's like you need to. No, we're getting to the point where you're not expecting.
The officer had to pin her hands behind her back and lead her off the plane, but the moment she's deplaned, they place handcuffs on her and place her under arrest. Adelaide continues to maintain her innocence in the face of the arrest and wouldn't stop talking.
Really not. I am not a person hurting anybody. I'm a person hurting. This is
She's placed in a police cruiser and driven to the station. At the station, she maintains that her arresting officer is a liar and she wouldn't like to deal with him anymore. While other cops continue to speak to her, she continues to display the same sort of behavior she displayed on the plane, which led to the arrest in the first place.
Before I ever went in there, you didn't have masks on. No, can I say something before anybody takes me out so that I can just say what I have to say? And then I can say what I have to say, and then that's...
She's been found guilty of 2 misdemeanor charges of obstruction and resisting.